Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching The Protege, which is directed by Martin Campbell and stars Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, and Maggie Q. Now, Martin Campbell as a director is often considered a savior of franchises. Not only did he end up saving the James Bond films twice with Casino Royale and with GoldenEye, but he also made The Mask of Zorro, which makes him a pretty reliable action director. And while this definitely doesn't feel like it's one of his better films, I do think that it certainly is a decent. It is a decent ride considering that it does make a good use of its talented actors. Though that should be expected when it comes from the studio behind John Wick as well. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story is that Maggie Q plays Anna, a girl from Vietnam who's saved by the world's greatest assassin, Moody, played by Samuel L. Jackson. And the two of them have a surrogate daughter-father relationship as they go around the world killing bad guys, getting money along the way, all that sort of thing. But when something goes wrong in Anna's life, and it seems that she has a new rival in a man named Rembrandt, played by Michael Keaton, she has to find out who's responsible for a certain tragedy in her life, all while also getting help from the leader of a biker gang, played by Robert Patrick. But that's all I'll say about the story without spoiling anything. When it comes to the style of the movie, it certainly seems to remind me of Mr. and Mrs. Smith mixed with a little bit of Gunpowder Milkshake. Gunpowder Milkshake being the Netflix movie that came out not too long ago. It certainly has that same kind of a secret society of assassins deal from that movie, complete with our main heroine actually having her assassination gear inside of a library of all things. I didn't think I'd see that twice in the matter of a month or so. But when it comes to the Mr. and Mrs. Smith stuff, that's how I see the rivalry between Maggie Q's character and Michael Keaton's character. Anna and Rembrandt probably have the best overall action scenes, whether separated or with each other, because Maggie Q and Michael Keaton actually do have some pretty good chemistry. And Samuel L. Jackson, being Samuel L. Jackson, of course, has some great lines as well. In fact, I think a lot of those lines were written with him specifically in mind. And of course, having Robert Patrick play a biker gang leader is probably the coolest I've seen him in recent years, considering that I still recognize him as the T-1000. Unfortunately, this movie doesn't exactly live up to its lofty potential heights, considering it comes from the studio behind John Wick, and considering the guy who directed two of the best James Bond films. The action scenes, honestly, do feel a little underwhelming at times. I mean, there's some good choreography, a decent amount of blood, and when it comes to the overall kills, they are satisfying, but it does feel like a lot of them aren't as inventive as you'd see in all the John Wick movies, for example. Plus, there are long lulls of story where you're probably not going to care too much about the good guys or the bad guys, considering the script is loaded with a lot of cliches. And even in Martin Campbell's last film, The Foreigner, that at least had Jackie Chan to spice things up, with him even doing his own stunts. Here, the effects range from pretty good to looks so fake that I can't believe it's even in a major motion picture at this point. But as a whole, it doesn't really distract from all the proceedings, and honestly, I do think it's sort of a B movie by Martin Campbell standards anyways. So it's not exactly something that you need to rush out to see, but I had a fun time watching it, so that's why I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. See you next time.